Welcome to Latin with Andy, Code Breakers. These videos are to help you follow along with the Code Breakers at-home worksheets, so if you've not downloaded them, please click the link, purchase them, and subscribe so that you can further enhance your Latin experience. Today we will be talking about third declension nouns like lex. Time to make some new vocabulary cards, but be careful. Each of these nouns has a unique nominative singular, so write that down on your flashcard along with the genitive singular and make sure and memorize those forms. Here are the vocabulary words. We have rex regis, which means king, gramen gramenis, which means grass, nox noctis, which means night, homo hominis, man, flumen fluminis, river, flos floris, flower, veritas veritatis, truth, avis avis, which means bird, and then of course lex legis, which means law. Make sure and memorize these words. Remember how we said that the third story is like one big household with three, sort of four stories, but we don't talk about that fourth story. There's barely any nouns that live in the fourth story. I wouldn't live in it. It's kind of like an attic. So right now we're just going to be talking about the first story. And the cool thing is with all four stories, or three stories plus attic, is that they all have that is in the genitive singular. So you're going to know that it's a third declension noun. The only tricky part is that you can't rely on the nominative singular to tell you what declension it is. We haven't been doing that because of this reason right here. So you're going to be seeing that every single noun kind of has its own unique ending to it in the nominative singular. So you're going to have to work on memorizing that as well as the genitive singular when you work on your vocabulary cards. Don't skip the nominative singular, it's pretty important. So practice memorizing this declension and also declining some nouns from the first story here. Hey, so we're getting pretty good at this declining thing. Let's see if you on your own can decline rex regis, which means king. Now be careful because with third declension nouns, as we've said, the nominative singular is unique. So make sure and write rex into the nominative singular spot first. Then you can copy down your stem all the way down and add on your third declension endings. And then of course translate. So pause the video and then check back to see if you got it right. How'd you guys do? Great work. Okay, let's take a little break on this third declension thing and review our verbs, our happy little verbs. Let's see if we can identify the forms and translate. Our example here is portabant. Notice it is third person plural and imperfect because of the BA, which would translate as they were carrying. Number 1 is laudamus. Find the stem, laud, and then the conjugation identifier, and mus. Mus says that it's first person plural, and then it's present tense. We praise. Number 2, amabis. There we have our BI in there, and the S. The S says it's second person singular, and the BI says it's future, right? So that would be you will love. Okay, then we have dabam. The D is the stem, we have a conjugation identifier, a BA, which says that it's imperfect, and then an M. Remember, the M is a little bit of an exception, means it's first person singular, and the ba is our imperfect. So that was, I was giving. Number 4, portabant. This one, because of the BU, is going to be future, and the NT tells us it's third person plural. They will carry. And finally, number 5, amatis. Okay, we see that a conjugation identifier, no tense identifier, and then a tis. That's second person plural, present tense. You love. Awesome work, guys. Fantastic job, code breakers. Remember to make your vocabulary cards. Practice declining third declension masculine and feminine nouns. And don't forget to identify the gender of your noun first, so that you know which cipher to use. See you next time.